Hello everybody and welcome to my video about sanding down seams. Here you can see all different types of sandpaper I can use. I do use. It ranges from 120 to 3000. Some products I use also are Sprue Goo, filler by AK and perfect plastic putty, as well as some normal glue, some sanding sticks and some hobby knives. Here you can see me showing you where all the seams are. On the top of the fuselage, underneath, on the tail plane just there, mostly on the nose for underneath and where the fan is. Here you can also see me showing you all the little strips of sandpaper I've cut down to size. I only want to use small bits, I don't want to use a big part because I don't want to sand too much of an area, I want to use a very small part. It's now I've sped it up a little bit. We don't want to spend too long watching me sand down all the different areas, but I start off with I think I started off with 320 here, and I slowly progress through all the different grits. This is after using the 320. You can see that it has been sanded, it's a bit rough in that area, and you can still kind of see that seam, but in this footage now you see it's sped up and I'm just slowly progressing through the different grits, blowing away at any dust after each time I've used the different grit, and then sanding away some more. As you can see, I kind of dust away all of the excess dust that's left over, just to make sure I can still see where that seam is, see if it's still there or see if it's slowly disappearing. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it is slowly disappearing. That's what I like to see. And then here, this is after you're going through all the grits and sanding it down, and you can't really see it, any type of seam there, but I also have run over, or I do it now, I run over with some glue. I do that because any dust that's left in that line, in that seam, will be bonded with the glue, and after the glue I can also see if there is still any gaps in that area. Here, this is after I have sanded everywhere. You can see that it visibly has changed. I found it very noticeable. I don't know how noticeable it is on camera. I'm just trying to get that so you can see where the seams are still. There's still a little bit there. So, like you saw in the last part of the video, I've sanded all along all the seams. This one's really nice. This one's done really well. It had a little bit of Sprue Goo on it in the places, just there. And then we'll sand it again, polish with this, and then that one's absolutely fine. There was still a little bit there. Then you did some filler on, and just there, and just there. The wings have been done, they're absolutely fine. There are some gaps that might be filled in still, but I'll probably use this because that can just be put in there, wiped away, and it'll be sorted, it'll be ready. But yeah, that's how I do my sanding. Or literally this will be sanded, either wet sanded or dry sanded away, and hopefully there'll be no gaps. The reason I was polishing with this is because obviously it's going to be a natural metal finish. Sometimes I use this, sometimes I don't, but because it's going to be a natural metal finish, I want this to be really nice and smooth. So I made sure that this side was polishing it up afterwards. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much. So here I am just sanding down the filler with old pieces of any kind of grit of sandpaper with a little bit of water, just getting rid of that AK interactive filler to that's filled in some of those seams that have been left over, just sanding it away until it's pretty much gone, and I can see that it is filled in those gaps, but it's removed the seam. So after all that work, here is the result of the sanding. It's got primer on at the moment, but the primer will just cover up or show where any more sanding or filler is needed. As you can see, pretty much everywhere is absolutely fine. It won't need any more work. That bit hasn't got any primer on it, but I will go back and make sure it's fine. But as far as I can tell, everywhere is fine. Under the nose, on that the fan part, on the tail, on the top of the fuselage, and on the wings, even the wing joint as well, like the front just before the nose. I'll just finish off with a few pictures of each area that's had work done to it. So thank you very much everyone, it's been Midday Models, I hope you enjoyed, see you next time.